One of the most common questions that I get from people is, why did you become a psychiatrist? For people who don't know, becoming a psychiatrist is kind of stigmatized. In medical school, a lot of professors tried to talk me out of going into psychiatry. A lot of medical professionals think that psychiatry is a non-medical field. They'll even say things like, don't you want to be a real doctor? Why would you do that? You don't want to use your stethoscope ever again? You're going to waste all of the training that you've had on psychiatry? I think some of the stigma is really about the poor outcomes, the poor treatment outcomes that we see in our patients. When you're in an academic center or medical school, we tend to see really ill people, and they just come back week after week, month after month, year after year, with chronic depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. And I think a lot of medical professionals see that, and they think our field is a bit of a joke. So why did I defy all of that and become a psychiatrist? There's a long story about my own mental health challenges. I've told the story many times, and maybe I'll share it again in another video. So I have skin in the game. I know what it's like to have a severe mental illness. I know what it's like to have chronic depression and suicidality. But that's actually not the reason I became a psychiatrist. The reason I became a psychiatrist, I'm going to blame on my mother. It's because of my mother. It's not in a bad way. It's because I actually wanted to save her. My mom actually lived two completely different lives. She grew up in a really wealthy family, but a family that had a lot of abuse and chaos and alcoholism. She actually wanted to escape all that, and she just wanted a simple middle-class life when she married my father. And that is what both of them set out to do. They were Catholic, so they wanted a large family. Initially, they wanted 4 kids. They ended up with 8 kids because that's kind of what Catholics do. My dad was a pharmacist. He started a pharmacy. And that was his dream. That was his lifelong dream, to just have his own business and not have to work for anyone else. And she helped him. She wanted to help him fulfill his dream. And so she worked as the bookkeeper and did all sorts of things. And both of them worked tirelessly, actually, 12-hour days, 6 days a week, to run that business. Meanwhile, we've got more and more kids. So we older kids were taking care of the younger kids. But it was a good family. Through no fault of her own, some horrible things happened in our family, and she was brought into the center of it all. She was expected to testify, and that testimony could have resulted in someone's death. She took that very seriously and was very conflicted about it, because she knew that she would never lie after swearing on the Bible. But she felt tremendously guilt-ridden that her testimony might result in someone's death. And this led to her having what she initially called a nervous breakdown. It started with what we would call depression, quickly became depression with suicidal thoughts, and then depression with psychotic symptoms. She became very delusional and began to think that she was Mary Magdalene reincarnated. She was seeing a priest for counseling, and she thought that he was Jesus Christ reincarnated. She became paranoid and developed all sorts of other delusions. As a result, this led to my parents getting divorced. And the divorce courts were not kind to her at all. She ended up losing everything. She lost custody of the kids. She lost the home. She lost the business. She got virtually no savings. Her life was decimated. She got psychiatric treatment. She was hospitalized. She saw a psychiatrist. She was prescribed medications, antipsychotics, antidepressants, sedatives, other medicines. She was getting psychotherapy, and none of it helped her. And as a 12-year-old boy watching this, I was furious. I was furious with the mental health field. What are these incompetent people doing? Why aren't they helping her? Why are they drugging her? Why are they giving her medicines that make her slur her speech, that make it so that she can't walk a straight line? What are they doing? Are they trying to poison her? I was furious with mental health professionals. The quick end of that story is that my mom never got better. She lived the rest of her life with a chronic psychotic disorder. Her delusions never completely went away. And I saw that. I saw that a perfectly smart, good, kind, loving human being, that person's life can be ruined by what we call mental illness. And that the treatments that we have are just completely insufficient, at least for her. And what I learned in medical school was that she wasn't alone. There are literally millions and millions of other people just like her who are taking their pills, who are doing their psychotherapy, who are going in and out of hospitals, who are getting electroconvulsive therapy, who are getting transcranial magnetic stimulation, who are getting ketamine injections, who are getting any and every treatment we have to offer, and our treatments aren't working. And I know those people deserve better. And that is why I became a psychiatrist, in the hopes that maybe I could play a role in improving mental health care for the millions of people who deserve better lives and better treatments. If you're interested in mental health, if you're interested in improving mental health care, please subscribe to my channel. Together, maybe we can all work together to do something.